Welcome to my guide and walkthrough to the second quest in the original Legend of Zelda. We'll be tackling it without cheats or glitches and with a no-nonsense narration. If you're actually looking for a guide to the first quest, you'll want to check out my first walkthrough. The video is linked in the description. The second quest unlocks after you finish the game's first quest. You can also jump straight into it by creating a new save named Zelda. Just be warned, the second quest is tougher and more cryptic than the first. I strongly recommend completing the first quest before diving into this one. Alright, if you're still with me, let's do it. First off, it's still dangerous to go alone, so let's grab the wooden sword. Unlike the first quest, we're more limited on what we can do in the overworld before getting into our first dungeon. Several of the hidden rupee stashes are inaccessible until we get the flute from level 2, and combined they will give us less money than in the first quest. We also cannot get the white sword upgrade until we complete at least one dungeon. Because of this, I'm going to head directly to level 1. Well, almost. I'm going to take the scenic route so I can farm some rupees along the way. For that, I like to take the path heading east along the water, where I can fight blue tektites and red levers. Both of these drop rupees more frequently than other enemies. Ideally, I want at least 30 rupees before heading into level 1. The hope is that when we complete and exit the dungeon, we'll have enough rupees to buy the blue candle, which costs 60. I have a decent number of rupees now, so let's head into level 1, which is in the same location as the first quest. After entering the dungeon, we want to head to the east, where we can fight a group of Gorias. Defeating them all earns us the boomerang. The first dungeon is actually really short and can be completed by visiting just a few rooms. However, for each dungeon in this walkthrough, I want to be sure to show how to grab its compass and map before leaving. With the boomerang in hand, we'll head back to the starting room, then north, where we can fight more Gorias for a key. Since one of the Gorias already dropped bombs, I'll blow open the eastern wall. This will lead us to the dungeon's exit, so we'll come back here later. We'll encounter Stalfos in the next room, and these are more dangerous than in the first quest. This time around they throw swords, and if Link gets hit by one, it will hurt a lot. I recommend going slowly here, stunning the Stalfos with the boomerang and methodically taking them out. Clearing the room will earn us the compass. Heading north again, we'll encounter blue Gorias. Defeating them all will get us more bombs. I'll leave them here for now. Heading north one more time, we can clear out all the gels in this room to earn 5 rupees. The room north of here is a combat trap with no reward, so we'll skip it. Instead we'll head east where we'll encounter a Dodongo. Now we'll head south through the door, being cautious of those blade traps on the other side. If we take out all the keys in this room, we'll earn the dungeon's map. With both the compass and map in hand, we can make our way back to the wall that I bombed open earlier in order to find the Triforce. We'll need to clear all these keys in order to take the stairs. When we exit the stairway, we'll find the door to the west is locked. We can hug the walls to lure the wall masters into the room, then defeat them all to earn a key. Afterwards, we'll head to the next room. There's no need to fight these Gorias, instead we can bomb the wall to the north to fight the dungeon's boss and earn the Triforce. With level 1 completed, we can accomplish some tasks in the overworld before heading to level 2. First, now we have enough rupees to buy the blue candle, so let's do that. There's a shop to the south and west that sells it for 60 rupees. Let's keep heading west, crossing the river. I'll clear out enough enemies that I can safely use the candle to burn one of the green bushes, earning us 100 rupees. Let's keep heading west. Here we can burn another bush to earn 10 rupees. Next, I'm going to head to the graveyard where we can find a heart container. To do that, I'll head through the Lost Woods. We can get through it the same way we did in the first quest, which is by heading north, west, south, then west again. The heart container can be found in the northwesternmost corner of the graveyard. We can push a specific tombstone to find it. While we're on this side of the map, we can pick up the power bracelet, which is in the same location as the first quest. We'll navigate east out of the graveyard. We'll need to be careful on this screen as Link is poorly equipped at the moment. If we head north, we can find a rupee stash, but that stairway makes Link vulnerable. I'll save it for later as we'll be back this way again. Touching the Armos will cause it to animate, and we can grab the power bracelet from underneath. There is a rupee stash further up the mountain that isn't too difficult to grab now. I'm going to go ahead and do that, but you could also choose to grab it later before going to level 3. Alright, let's get off the mountain before we get Link into more trouble. Since we have the power bracelet, we can use the fast travel spot closer to the graveyard. We can push this stone to access the fast travel tunnels. I'm going to take the center stairway to travel near the start of the game. Before we head into level 2, I want to get the blue ring, the magical shield, and the white sword. Getting the white sword requires Link to have at least 5 heart containers, which we do have now thanks to the one we picked up in the graveyard. We can use the candle on this bush to earn 10 rupees. Next, we can make our way through the forest towards the north side of the map. There's a rupee stash just to the east of here, but I'm going to skip it for now since there are 2 more rupee stashes to the north that will put Link near his maximum carrying capacity of 255 rupees. We can pick it up after buying the blue ring. The next rupee stash that we'll take is under one of the Armos. Let's head north out of the forest. We can bomb the cliff wall on this screen to get 30 more rupees. I now have enough rupees to purchase the blue ring. We'll find the shop for that hidden to the east. We can walk through a hidden pathway to find the shop. With Link's wallet now almost empty, I'll head back to grab those rupees I skipped earlier. Now, I wanted to show that there's a hidden shop here under a bush where we can buy the magical shield for 90 rupees. We are going to buy it, but not quite yet, and not from this shop. Let's head back north to the mountains where we can work on acquiring the white sword. It can be found in the same location as the first quest. Great, the sword upgrade is going to help out quite a bit. Let's leave the mountain by heading towards the west. Making our way along the north side of the lake, we'll find another rupee stash under a bush. Let's keep heading south past the level 1 entrance. We'll find another bush that we can burn. Alright, there is yet one more rupee stash we can access in this area just to the west. We need 90 rupees total to buy the magical shield, and I'll still be a few rupees short, so I'm hoping the Octoroks here will drop some. Even with those 10 rupees, I'm just 1 rupee short of what's needed to buy the shield, so I'll circle the area fighting enemies until I have what I need. Got it. Now we can find the hidden shop near the lake and buy the magical shield. Alright, now Link is better equipped and ready for level 2. Level 2 can be found on the west side of the lake, where the shop with the blue ring was located in the first quest. Things get a little trickier for Link in the second dungeon. We'll start by heading north, where we'll encounter some Gibdos. Defeating them all earns us a key. The white sword makes these Zols super easy to dispatch. We can head to the east where we'll find red Darknuts. We don't need to fight them all, but if we do, we'll earn the dungeon's compass. Now both the east and north walls can be bombed open. We'll eventually come back and head east, but not quite yet. Let's go north. Defeating all the enemies in this room will get us a key. We don't have the bow yet, so we'll need to deal with the Pole's voices with brute force. can avoid using the key we just picked up by heading back south, then backtracking our way to the earlier room where we found the Zulls. There we'll head north. We'll grab one more key, and there's no need to fight in these next couple rooms, so let's keep heading north. When we reach the closed door, we can bomb the eastern wall for a hidden pathway with another key. After returning back to the previous room, we can defeat the keys to open the northern door. Fighting the Manhandla in the next room is optional, and defeating it earns us one more key. There is no need to fight the Dark Nuts in this room, so let's head north where we can find the dungeon's map. We'll continue to the south where Link will find a new obstacle, which is a false wall. We can push through the southern wall to enter the next room. Taking the stairway down, we'll find the flute. Upon returning from the stairway, we'll want to push through the western wall. This gets us back to the room with the Gibdos. This time we'll need to fight them in order to open the southern door. Heading back south, we're going to make our way to the room where we found the compass. This time we'll want to take the eastern route we bombed open earlier. Defeating the keys earns us a key. In the room just to the south, we can earn another key. Let's head south one more time. These Gibdos can be optionally defeated to get a few more bombs. Our target is the stairway on the eastern side of the room. After coming up the stairs, we can just avoid the Dark Nuts in this room and use a key to head north, where we'll need to defeat a Gleeok to unblock our path to the Triforce. Now that we have the whistle, we'll be able to pick up a couple more heart containers and rupee stashes in the overworld. I'm actually going to use the whistle to get closer to where we need to go. Right now there are only a couple places on the map it will take us to, and I'll use it until Link is taken outside of level 1. From level 1, let's head south. We can reveal a rupee stash in this area by blowing the whistle. Next, I'll head to the fast travel location near the Forest Fairy Pond. Taking the eastern stairway will get Link to the mountain area outside of the graveyard. Since Link is now better equipped than the first time we were here, I'll head west to grab the rupee stash that we skipped earlier. Its location is the same as where level 6 was in the first quest. If we head to the northeast, climbing the mountain, we can find a heart container. I'll head east until the area dead ends at a stairway, which I'll take north. Let's keep heading east where we can take one more stairway before the river. Heading west one screen, we can blow the whistle to reveal a hidden heart container. While we're up on the mountain, we can grab the letter, which will unlock the potion shops. We actually could have grabbed it the first time we were here, but it would have been riskier without better equipment. We'll take this stairway down, and if we push the leftmost stone, we'll find a hidden stairway. With the letter in hand, I'm going to use the whistle to fast track Link off the mountain, returning back outside of level 1. This time I'll walk north from the bridge and head into the desert. Blowing the whistle here will reveal a hidden potion shop. I'm going to hold off on buying a potion for now, as I'll need the rupees for other things first. Around the corner we can blow the whistle again to get our next heart container. and if we head east and north, we can find one more hidden rupee stash. Before we go into level 3, we'll need to buy the bait. The cheapest place to do that is from the shop where we purchased the blue ring. Level 3 is found where level 2 was located in the first quest. Let's make our way into the forest, but before we dive into level 3, there is one last rupee stash to find on the edge of the forest. We'll blow the whistle one more time to earn 10 rupees. Now Link is ready for level 3. Let's head back north, deeper into the forest to find it. Blowing the whistle reveals level 3's entrance under the pond. From the entrance, we'll head north, then east. Since I have enough bombs, I'm going to take out these dodongos now and pick up the dungeon's heart container. I'll save that southern door for later. Let's backtrack west, then head north. Similar to level 1, level 3 can actually be completed very quickly, but we want to make an extra effort to grab the boomerang upgrade while we're here. These ropes are stronger than in the first quest. Defeating all of them will get us a bomb drop, which will replenish some of the stock I used to eliminate the dodongos. Heading north, we can find the dungeon's map, and we'll need to clear the room to open the northern door. Defeating these Stalfos is optional. Doing so will get us a key. Heading north again, we'll need to give the Hungry Goria some bait to proceed. In the final room, we can clear out all the enemies to earn the magical boomerang upgrade. Now we're ready to return back south and complete the dungeon. Pushing the center block reveals a stairway. Coming up the other side, we can find a key out in the open, but we'll need to fight our way into the northern room. With level 3 behind us, let's get ready for level 4. Now we could head directly into level 4, but we could optionally make a brief pit stop in level 6 first. I'll explain why on the way. Level 6 is found in the graveyard, so let's head to the northern fast travel point to get there. In level 6 we can find the ladder without too much trouble, which will let us reach keys in both level 4 and level 5 that cannot be accessed any other way. Additionally, grabbing the ladder now also lets us get one more heart container before going into level 4. This will also allow us to upgrade to the magical sword before going to level 5. In the graveyard, we'll head to the middle left screen, then blow the whistle to get access to level 6. Now this dungeon is filled with wizrobes, and I'm not going to stop to fight them with just the white sword. Let's go directly to the western side of the dungeon to find that ladder. We'll need to be careful around the traps, then push the westernmost block to reveal the stairway to the ladder. With the ladder acquired, let's leave the same way we came in. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Let's head back to the fast travel point and work on getting the rest of what we need for level 4. I'm going to fast travel back near the start of the game. This will get me close to the next heart container, but will also let me farm more rupees in the way. In level 4, we'll need to spend a total of 150 rupees, so ideally we'd want to enter the dungeon with those rupees already in hand. In my opinion, level 4 is also where the quest's difficulty spikes. We'll have some challenging combat encounters, so you may want to spend extra time farming rupees in order to buy a health potion as well. Just like the first quest, the ladder lets us reach this heart container over the water. I still don't have all the rupees I need for level 4, so I'm going to continue taking the scenic route through the desert and the edge of the forest. Like I mentioned towards the start of our journey, I'm looking for red levers and blue tektites for those rupee drops. Alright, I have enough rupees now, so I'm going to head to level 4. It's close to the northeastern fast travel spot, which is also close to where level 5 is located in the first quest. If you need to refresh Link's health before heading in, you can climb the mountain north 4 screens to find a fairy pond. Pushing the easternmost rock will reveal the entrance to level 4. After entering level 4, we'll head west to earn a key. Now let's head back to the start. Normally we would head north from the dungeon's entrance, but I'm going to head east to demonstrate an enemy variation found in the second quest. Bubble enemies were already a nuisance, but starting in level 4 we'll encounter their red and blue variants. A red bubble will strip Link of his sword until he makes contact with a blue bubble. We can also restore Link's sword by visiting a fairy pond for healing or by collecting a Triforce fragment. In the next room, we'll use the whistle to make Digdogger vulnerable. I try to get close before blowing the whistle so I can get a sword attack in as it splits apart. There is a challenging encounter in this room. Fighting is optional, but doing so gets us the dungeon's compass. Heading north, we don't need to fight just yet. Let's head one room to the east where we'll need to deal with an Aquamentus. We can defeat the enemies in the room it was guarding to get access to the magic book. Now let's head back to the western hallway. We'll need to eliminate the enemies this time to make progress. The red bubbles make doing so more difficult. Our reward for making it through the previous room is a small army of blue Darknuts. Taking them out is technically optional, but doing so will get us a key. Heading east, we'll find red dark nuts. Defeating them all earns Link some bombs. What we really want to do here is push through the eastern wall, where we can purchase the first bomb upgrade. Returning again to the main hallway, we'll continue north, then head east. Having the ladder early makes navigating this room easier. Let's bomb through the eastern wall and collect some rupees. Again, we'll head back into the main hallway, then head north. Combat in this room should be a breeze. Link is currently capped out on bombs, so I'll leave these here for now. We can push this block to the right to get access to the northern room. We can clear out the keys to earn a key, and this is the key I mentioned earlier that can only be reached if we've picked up the ladder early from level 6. Our next target is to bomb north through the wall, but before moving on, I'm going to pick up the bombs I left behind. We may need those for what comes next. $50 rupees go to the greedy old man instead of a heart container. We'll push a block to reveal a stairway and continue on. If you get hit by one of the red bubbles, you can return back through the stairs to recover. We'll want full use of our sword for the next room. There's the Triforce piece, but we're not quite done yet. Instead, we can push through the northern wall and continue exploring. I'm glad I topped off Link's bombs before heading this way, as I'm not having the cleanest encounter with these Dodongos. Just a reminder that if you manage to stun a Dodongo with bomb smoke, it can be finished off with Link's sword to guarantee a bomb drop. One more combat encounter in the next room. The blocks can be used strategically to help take out the Dark Nuts. With the room cleared out, we can push the block closest to the western door to reveal a stairway to the raft. With the raft in hand, we can continue through the western door. Now, combat in this room is optional, and if you've been following my route through the dungeon, I'd recommend just moving on. This is where the dungeon's map is located. All the Dark Nuts must be eliminated to earn it. Now that we've earned the raft, we're going to be returning to the earlier part of the dungeon so we can retrace our steps and return to the Triforce room. Our next destination is level 5, but before we head in, we'll want to upgrade it to the magical sword. Because we retrieved the ladder from level 6 early, we were already able to pick up one of the overworld heart containers on the east side of the map before level 4. Now that we have the raft, we'll be able to pick up one more heart container, which will put us at the 12 required to earn the magical sword. In level 5, we'll finally acquire the bow, and although we don't need arrows to finish the dungeon, ideally we'll want them ahead of time. So, I'm again going to take a scenic route along the eastern side of the map to farm the required rupees along the way. We've seen this before, so I'll speed up this part of the video. We'll need 80 rupees to purchase the arrows. Here we can use the raft to reach the final overworld heart container. It's in the same location as it was in the first quest. Alright, I have the heart container and the rupees needed to buy the arrows. I'll purchase the arrows in the shop near the eastern fairy pond, then head to the northern mountains for the magical sword. The arrows are taken care of, so let's head to the northern mountains for the magical sword. With a ladder I picked up early from level 6, I can cross this river, then head north and east to find rocks arranged in an arrow. We can push one of these rocks to find the magical sword. Now that we have the arrows and magical sword, we can head towards level 5, which is located in the middle of the lake, in the same location as level 4 was in Link's first quest. Level 5 is shorter and easier than level 4, especially since we have the magical sword. There's no room drop here, but I always like to eliminate the Zols since it's easy and they often drop rupees. Let's head west one room. Clearing out the likes is optional and earns us 5 rupees. Next, let's head south, and we can skip combat in the next room. Instead, we'll push through the western wall, where we can earn a key. Let's head back to the east, then down the stairway. When we emerge from the stairs, we will need to fight off the blue Wizrobes in order to move a block that will open the eastern door. Without the bow, we cannot fight Goma, so let's head south to find it. Since I bought the arrows before entering level 5, we can use the bow to defeat Goma and earn a key. We're done with this side of the dungeon. Let's head back through the stairs and continue exploring. This time we'll head west. Taking out these fires will get us the dungeon's map. Now let's head north, avoiding combat with the Wizrobes in the next couple rooms. Here we'll take the eastern door. Clearing out the Zols gets us the compass. We can cross the water with the ladder from level 6 to grab this key, then avoid fighting by heading east. We will need to deal with the manhandler in order to progress. Combat isn't necessary, and I got lucky with that first hit. This three-headed Gleeok is what stands between Link and the 5th Triforce fragment. With level 5 completed, we can make our way to level 6. There are no upgrades to pick up first. Since we're passing by, I want to show that there's a hidden potion shop under this bush. It's in a convenient location since it's near the start of the game. I'm still going to skip it for now as I'll need those rupees for more soon. In fact, I'll again take a slight detour before heading to level 6 so I can farm more rupees. I'll use the fast travel point near the eastern ferry instead of the southern one. Back in the graveyard, we'll blow the flute to open the level 6 entrance. Alright, I've been here already to grab the ladder early, but in case you skipped to this part of the video, let me show one more time where the ladder can be found. From the start, we'll head north 2 rooms, then west until we reach a dead end. Combat in this room is optional and will earn us 5 rupees. This is where the stairway to the ladder can be found. Push the leftmost block to reveal it. I won't be opening that northern door, but if you're willing to spend a key, it can be used to bypass a couple of rooms. I'll show that in just a bit. Instead, I'll head back east and then south to find another key. The key in the center can only be reached with the ladder. The red bubbles make it challenging to get without disabling Link's sword. You may just want to skip this one altogether. Heading back east, we can bomb the northern wall to keep making progress. In the next room, we'll head west. Eliminating the like-likes earns us the map. We'll want to end up going north, but before I do that, let me bomb the western wall to show where that earlier locked door would have taken us. Let's head north by pushing through the false wall. We can cross over to the east and bomb through the wall to find the compass before continuing north. The northern door leads to a combat encounter that would earn us some bombs. I'm going to skip it and head through the eastern false wall instead. Here we can push a block to reveal a secret passage. Our destination is to the east, but we can first bomb through the southern wall for an easy key. If you get hit by a red bubble here, it's not a big deal. We won't need the sword after this to complete level 6. There's no need to fight this manhandler. Instead, we'll get our bow ready so we can deal with a Goma. The magical shield will block the projectiles from the stone statues, but they won't block those from Goma. Level 6 is complete, and level 7 is our next destination, which can be found in the forest on the southeastern side of the map. We will need 50 rupees to complete level 7, which I already have. I'm still taking the time to farm a few rupees on the way to prepare for what comes after. The level 7 entrance is hidden under one of these bushes. We'll need to use the candle from this side to reach it. Let's pick up the compass from the western room. Next we'll head east, skipping unnecessary combat. In this room we will stop and fight. There's a secret passageway that we can take after clearing out the room. This will take us to the northwest side of the dungeon. We'll take the door to the south and pick up a key in the next room. There's another hidden staircase here that we can reveal to earn the red candle. Let's head back north, then return back through the stairway. Now we can continue east, where we will need to fight a manhandler in the next room. Push this block to open the eastern door. There's no need to fight in this room. Combat in this room is optional, but we'll get the dungeon map if we do clear it out. Defeating these blue dark nuts is required to make progress. Thankfully, we don't need to fight these dark nuts as well. Here we can grab that key, then open another hidden stairway. This part of the dungeon is a bit of a maze, and we don't need to visit every room. Instead, we will head north, then east, where we'll need to pay another greedy old man. We will need to clear the dark nuts out of the southern room to reveal our next stairway. Coming up from the stairs, we can skip combat in the first room, but we do need to fight in the following 2 rooms in order to reach the 7th Triforce fragment. With level 7 complete, we're ready to prepare for level 8. In level 8, we'll be able to acquire the final bomb upgrade, which will cost 100 rupees. Additionally, we will need one more bait to complete the dungeon, which we can buy for 60 rupees from the shop at the northeastern corner of the overworld. This means that I do need to farm more rupees along the way, so I will take my favorite route where I can fight blue tektites and red levers. I'll speed this part of the video up. Level 8 is found on the river on the north side of the map. Let's make our way there now. On this screen we can bomb the 5th tile from the left to open the entrance to level 8. Let's head north and push a block for a hidden stairway. When we emerge from the stairs, we can push through the southern wall. Fighting these Dodongos is not required. Instead, let's unlock the southern door. We'll need to eliminate all the wall masters in this room to reveal another hidden stairway. This is where we can find the wand. We already have the magical book from level 4, which upgrades it with fire. Heading east from the Dodongos, we'll end up clearing out the enemies here to reveal another stairway. Before we do that though, we can bomb through the southern wall to acquire the dungeon's map. This takes us to the eastern side of the map. We can continue north in these next few rooms, avoiding combat until we reach the Hungry Goria. We will need to give the Goria our bait to continue. Defeating the Keese earns us the compass, and in the following 2 rooms we do need to fight to continue. Fighting the Digdogger is optional and will earn us 5 rupees. We can bomb through the western wall to proceed. Eliminating the wall masters is optional and could help if you could use a few more bombs, which we'll need to handle the Dodongos in the next room. There's another hidden stairway here. If you get hit by one of the red bubbles, you can recover after reaching the opposite side of the stairs. Heading west, we can eliminate the Stalfos in the next room to reveal a hidden staircase where we can acquire the magical key. Now let's head back east, then south, then west. Eliminating these ropes is optional. We will need to push through the southern wall to continue. You can choose to defeat the Gorias in this room for 5 rupees. Let's continue east where we will eventually reach another stairway. When we emerge, we can bomb our way south. Fighting these Gorias is optional and earns another 5 rupees. Let's head south, then west. There are more wall masters that need to be eliminated in this room before we can push a block to open the western door. Here we can pick up the final bomb upgrade, then return back east and north to a locked door. Fighting the mold worms isn't required. Let's head north. We are almost at the end of the dungeon. These Dodongos are the last blocker. Alright, only level 9 is left, and I'm finally going to purchase a health potion on my way there. Just to the west of level 8 is a hidden shop. There's also a potion shop closer to level 9, which I will also reveal. Let's head west into Death Mountain. We can take this stairway to the north, then continue west. This is the location of the hidden potion shop close to level 9. The level 9 entrance is on the northwestern tip of the overworld. We will need to bomb to the right of the stairway to open it. Level 9 is structured, so we'll need to loop through it twice before reaching the end. We'll first pick up the red ring, then the silver arrows, before looping through a second time and finding Ganon. Eliminating the land molas will get us some bombs. I'm going to bomb open the southern passageway now, though we won't pass through it just yet. Instead, let's continue west. Defeating the like-likes isn't necessary. Let's continue. The Vires are easy to eliminate. Doing so will earn you 5 rupees if you need them. Next, let's head north. Heading either north or west will keep us on track. Fighting in the western room will get you some bombs if you need them. The northern route is simpler. We'll push this block and bomb to the west, then return back so we can continue north. Now let's head east. We can bomb the southern wall for the dungeon's compass, then return and bomb through the northern wall. Let's avoid combat and unlock the eastern door. We just need to head north, though the enemies here are working hard to prevent that. In the old man's room, we will want to push through the western wall. We can skip combat here and just head north. We will need to eliminate the Patra to continue through the dungeon, though unlike what I'm doing here, I recommend waiting until returning from the next room to do so. Just to the west is where we can pick up the red ring, which would reduce the damage that Link is taking. I'll push through the western wall and eliminate the land molos to find the red ring. Alright, now we can return through the east wall and push a block in the previous room to find a stairway. This leads us to the opposite side of the map. When we emerge, we'll want to bomb through the eastern wall. There's another Patra here, and it needs to be eliminated in order to find Ganon. That can be done now or later. Either way, we'll need to push through the northern wall so we can find the silver arrows elsewhere. Coming up from the stairs, we can avoid these enemies. Instead, we can push through the northern wall. Fighting is optional here. We'll want to bomb through the western wall. If you would like to collect the dungeon's map, you can do so by defeating this Patra. Otherwise, this fight can be avoided. We're going to end up pushing through the western wall. Here we can optionally bomb through to the south for an easy 5 rupees, and we'll come back to this room to find the silver arrows. Now that we have the silver arrows, we'll need to make our way back outside of Ganon's room in the northeast. Push back through the eastern wall. Then head north. Then to the west. Push a block in this room for a stairway. This will exit us near the start of the dungeon. The northern wall is the one I bombed open just after coming into the dungeon. We'll head through it, then to the west. West again. Then north. We'll indirectly head north through this room. East here, then north in the next room. One more east. Then north again. Push through to the west at the Old Man. We're heading to the room where we fought the first Patra. Push the left block for the stairs here. Since I already defeated the Patra in this room, we can continue east to find Ganon. We can take Ganon down with 4 hits from the magical sword, followed by a silver arrow. And with that, we've completed The Legend of Zelda's second quest. Thanks very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the adventure.